Hey, welcome back everyone, JayborinoPlays here, continuing my playthrough of Day of the Dragon Custom Campaign for Warcraft 3. This is going to be the real finale. We're going to finish up this mission, and then we're going to show the epilogue, which is going to be the renegade epilogue, because we've done all of the super negative bad guy options with our side quests, which is quite exciting. So I think what I'm going to do is take my red dragons and slowly push my way through these towers, and I'm probably going to use Rhonin to steal red dragons as we go. And then we'll use this group of red dragons to do it, and then... well, that's pretty much what I just said. We're going to use the group of red dragons to do it. Rhonin, why don't you come on up? So Crassus, we'll just slowly add to our group of red dragons. The issue for why I split this is because it was taking a bit too long for one episode. And now I'm having second thoughts. So maybe I'll release these both on the same day. I don't know. It's just the issue is that I don't know how long the epilogue's going to be. So if the epilogue is like 15 minutes, we're pushing close to... we're pushing close to an hour and a half. So let's go ahead and steal this dragon. We're going to move Rhonin away because the Grimbatol towers are going to smoke the shit out of him. But the important part is that we've got this big group of red dragons who can finish this up for us. And I don't really even think we need more red dragons, even though it'd be nice to take them. All right, so attack these. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. And then this green base kept attacking me like crazy. It was kind of getting on my nerves, which is why I decided to split it. And again, I don't know how long the epilogue was going to be. So if this ends up being really short, then I'll release it the same day. If it's not, then I'll wait and I'll release it on Saturday instead. I don't know. I don't see a reason to have to justify it too much. It's just, it's the way it is. It's the way it is. Things will never be the same. So let's grab Rhonin, come on down here, and I think I'll grab the big red dragon, and we can kill the drakes. Sorry, drakes. Man, these green, this green base, I should have just annihilated it. I should have wiped it off the map, because it is so annoying to deal with. All right, so all of you, plus Alexstrasza, you're going to be group 3, come on in, and then Rhonin, we're going to use the demon soul on the big red dragon. And then we're going to add the big red dragon to our group. It was wonderful. This must pain Alexstrasza because we're killing all of her kin. I kind of want to just destroy the green base. I just want to wipe it off the fucking map because they're annoying me so much. I'm going to do it. Red dragons go home. We're going to have you come up here. It seems like maybe when you destroy the towers, then they come in with a bunch of units. I'm not sure. Let's see if we can get Rhonin down here. And, Holy Lights. And I'm just keeping an eye on my dragons, and as they get low, I just Holy Light them. And that's it. Meanwhile, Rhonin, why don't we see if we can... well, he's too far away. I wanted to take control of a dragon, but... it's possible that these green attacks are spawned for, like, when you... I'm not sure. But it's possible that they're spawned. Let's just get a bunch of steam tanks and burst through this base really fast. Get these, and now that we have the gold income, we're in really good shape. We'll get a bunch of fighters. And we're going to come down here and be prepared to attack with our dragons. That's what I'm talking about, and we're going to Holy Light poor Rhonin, who got the shit smoked out of him, apparently. Move. Everybody go. Holy Light. That's what I like to see.
Ready for action.
And Rhonin, can we take control of this fella too? Ooh, this is a big one. This is a real big one. I like how the dragons, like, they change with how large they are in different circumstances. We just have a dream team going on with this group right here. Just a real dream team. Just going with all the dragons. Poor Rhonin drew the attention of some hostile dragons. Let's attack these. I don't think the dragons... yeah, the dragon's soul is not... or the demon soul is not up yet. Alexstrasza taking a lot of damage, but from her own get. All right, there we go. Now we'll get in there. Dragons, how you doing? Seem to be pretty much fine. Apparently, Alexstrasza out of mana. She's not regenerating any mana either. I feel like she probably should. But maybe if we... what happens if we just put her on the ground? Does she do damage on the ground? Does she regen mana on the ground? Oh, we can't even lift her off now. She does regenerate mana on the ground, though. That's interesting. Well, let's leave her down there. That's fine, even though flying seems to be objectively better. We're going to kill Jubei. We're going to kill this Jubei fellow who's driving me crazy. Sending attacks at me. Okay, well, we're maxed out here. Let's send these fellows down.
On my way.
Cool, and now we're, like, totally maxed out. And green... the bane of my existence this mission is going to be gone. I'm looking for a reason. Okay, now we can lift her off again. I should have never put her on the ground. It's just, I don't think when she's flying, she regenerates mana. It's interesting. Good lord, this is so many red dragons. Finally, I'm able to control the red dragons rather than having to kill them. It's great. Okay, Rhonin, you're fine. You're in there. You're doing your thing. Then we'll come down here. We'll take control of one more red dragon and be done.
I am here.
Okay, and then, theoretically, we also have to fight Deathwing. That's another reason why I chose to split this. So all that talk about maybe releasing on the same day. Again, it just depends on if this ends up being really, really short, but... Okay, green is gone. I like this a lot. So let's grab all my red dragons. And are there any that I'm missing? I don't think so. I think we've got all of our red dragons. So let's just come on down here and attack, and then Rhonin, you can come too, I suppose. And if you get there fast enough, we'll take control of the big one. And then get out of there. Get out of there, because we don't want you getting hit by that big tower. Yes! The revenge of the red dragons. Let's destroy the last Grimbatol tower. The green base is also gone. There we go. Yikes. The ring of Grimbatol completed. What fool now dares? Ysera, and Nosdormu, and my dear friend Malygos, too. It is time to end your madness, brother. I am not your brother in anything, Ysera. Open your eyes to that fact, and also that nothing will prevent me from creating this new age of our kind. You plan only an age in which you rule, nothing more. Much the same thing as I see it. Best you go back to sleep. And you, Nosdormu, pulled your head out of the sand at last. Do you not recall who is most powerful here? Even the three of you will not be enough. Your time is over. Come, take your place in my collection of things past. Shots fired by Big Nosdormu! And you, Malygos, have you nothing to say for your old comrade? So that is how it is to be, then. I like how Malygos just took a pot shot at him. Okay, defeat Deathwing. All aspects must survive. We're going to quick save right now. What can we do? You can use one aspect at a time only. So it's like, I see. So we've got, it's like a turn-based thing going on here. I see. So they're neutral until you select them. So that's how it keeps track that you can only use one at a time. So Nosdormu. Okay, so Nosdormu can taunt. Malygos actually has the most health, but Nosdormu can taunt. Heavy armor. He can steal items. Gives a 75% chance to attack all friendly units to avoid the next normal attack. Sounds pretty good too. And then I gotta check what we can do here. Life Drain is great. Absorbs the life weapons, yeah, we know. Put him to sleep. Critical Strike, 3 times the normal damage in an attack. Next spell only does half damage. Increases armor of the party by 120. Replenish all of their party's mana. Okay, so we probably want to lead. I kind of want to try stealing an item. Oh, great. A scroll of mana. Wonderful. Good job, Nosdormu. Let's go ahead and... So Malygos is all about buffing his team. He doesn't really have an attack. I'm going to do a normal attack. Attack him. Do you not have a normal attack? We'll go ahead and A-click it. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is put him to sleep for 1 round so that it'll skip his turn. All right, it's Deathwing's turn. Or it's my turn again because we put him to sleep. I don't want to taunt him. We don't need evasion. So I'm just going to auto-attack, basically. Critical Strike. Wonderful, and then we will Frost Shield. 2,000 damage, or 200 damage. Good lord. Okay, I think we're in just fine shape. This is really interesting though. We could taunt or we could evade. I'm gonna steal another item. Stop stealing the scrolls of mana. That's not what we need, Nosdormu. God damn it. Okay, let's take the scroll of mana. Let's use the scroll of mana. That doesn't cost, oh good. Okay, and that doesn't take I was afraid that would take my turn. We don't need to life drain. I'm gonna just keep critical striking him with Ysera. Ysera is gonna be our serious major damage dealer. I'm gonna also freeze mind. which is going to have him do half damage with his next spell. We have a lot of debuffs against Deathwing. Yeah, so that did 50 instead of 100 across the board, so that's why Freeze Mind was good. It's just getting to understand what he is really doing each time. 75% chance to all friendly units to avoid the next normal attack. Does that mean only if that normal attack happens on the next turn? So I'm going to pop that, actually. We also have the Frost Shield still up. We could put him to sleep. Instead, I'm going to Life Drain him. Okay, and that's still going, which is wonderful. And let's go ahead and replenish mana. We're going to take some damage this turn. Perhaps we evaded? I think we evaded right there. That was excellent. We could try to steal an item, or we could taunt him. Instead, I think I'm just going to go ahead and go all out here and do as much damage as we can. And let's go ahead and Freeze Mind again, actually, in case he does an AoE spell. That was a normal hit. Okay, we still have evasion up. How long does this evasion last? No, I think we just evaded him straight up. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and turn evasion back on, and then we'll taunt him. Let's go ahead and put him to sleep for the next turn, and then rebuff ourselves with Frost Shield. It's our turn again. We're just going to start... This is my turn to just do as much attacking as possible, and then probably go ahead and replenish some party mana. Some decent damage. I don't think I had a Freeze Mind up on him, but we should be in just fine shape. We're way, way ahead of him. I'm just going to keep using Critical Strike with Ysera. That needs to happen. And I'm just going to do one round of normal attacks, and I'm going to taunt with Nozdormu, who should still have an evasion up. Did that hit him? I think that still may have hit him. Again, it might be the next normal attack only on the following turn. I'm not sure. But we're so far ahead that I think we can just auto-attack the crap out of him and win, unless he gets, like, really, really big attacks after. This is very interesting. Maybe like a turn-based boss fight. It's very Final Fantasy reminiscent here. I should have used Freeze Mind there, unfortunately. I'm going to taunt. We're going to Critical Strike again. And I'm going to put another Frost Shield on so that Nozdormu takes less damage. How you doing, Nozdormu? He's hurting a little bit, but he's still fine. We're just going to keep taunting on Nozdormu so that we can Critical Strike with Ysera safely. And that looks like it, actually. 5,400 health, what? Fools, throw what you can at me. The outcome will be no different. I am power incarnate. You are nothing but shadows of the past. Never underestimate what you can learn of the past, Dark One. Alexstrasza, your day has passed while mine is about to come. It is your day that is over, Dark One. Alright, now I got the big guns here. I have faced the ravages of time, the curse of nightmares, the mists of sorcery, thanks to the others. What weapon do you bring? Fire? Life, hope, and what they bring with them. Then you are as good as dead already. Alright, we're back to it! Except now we have Alexstrasza. Alexstrasza, what can you do? We've got Firebolt, Healing Light, Party Heal, replenishes all... Okay, that's great. So, I might lead with a Party Heal. He's back at full health. I'm going to lead with a Party Heal here. Okay, that was probably worth it. And we still have Frost Shield up, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop an Evasion here. I'm going to Life Drain just to get him back up to full health. And I think we still have Frost Shield up, so I'm going to Freeze Mind. And then next turn, I'll probably replenish mana. I shall create my perfect world. Okay, Freeze Mind was helpful. I'm going to quick save right now in case this goes really, really awry, and it might. All right, so we have Evasion up, which means we should be able to taunt him. Let's go ahead and Critical Strike. Ysera, that's all you, buddy. Alexstrasza. I could Firebolt him, which might stun him as well for the next turn. I'm not clear on that. We're going to go ahead and replenish party mana. He should attack Nozdormu, and Nozdormu should evade or be able to evade. Not quite. We're going to Holy Light. Yeah, we're going to Healing Light Nozdormu this turn. And I think we just keep taunting with Nozdormu, or we just do an attack. If we do normal attacks, then we should freeze mind, because that's when he's probably going to end up doing, yeah, let's do freeze mind, because that, I assume, if we don't taunt him, he's not going to do a normal attack. He'll probably do an AoE. Yeah, plead mercy, right. 400 damage. That was even with freeze mind up. Holy crap. Okay, so we've got to keep him crowd controlled, I think. We got to put Frost Shield back up. I'm thinking we Firebolt him. We do a normal attack with Nozdormu, and then we just put him to sleep. That's just gonna, yeah, that's gonna skip his turn. It should at least. All right, so Alexstrasza, why don't you heal yourself? Let's go ahead and replenish mana. I could just consistently put him to sleep, which seems cheesy. And then we just do a little bit of damage. The problem is, Ysera's our major Ysera and Alexstrasza are our major damage dealers. So as we skip their turns, it's tricky. Let's go ahead and let's do a party heal, actually. Okay, that was helpful. Let's go ahead and do a normal attack with Malygos. I'm going to put him asleep for one more turn. I promise I'm not going to abuse this too much, but we can skip his turn and then just keep replenishing mana so that Ysera can just keep doing that, but it's a little unfair, I suppose. So now Ysera has no mana, which is about what I would have expected. So we're going to party mana. We're going to do a normal attack. We're going to Firebolt, and then we're going to taunt. So this actually got a little tricky. So we have no pop-ups on when Nozdormu gets attacked, interestingly enough. We could also just, we could keep replenishing mana and then taunting with Nozdormu while we do attacks with our other allies, which I think is what I'm going to do. So do this, party mana, and then taunt. Taunt is pretty low mana consumption as well. It seems like he's hitting, so evasion isn't helping too much, but I'm just going to keep taunting. And I can just Healing Light Nozdormu, Critical Strike. And we're going to turn on Frost Shield as well so that Nozdormu doesn't take too much damage. That was 234 damage. We're pretty far ahead of him right now. I think I'm going to take a turn to do just normal attacks. Except for Ysera, who's going to Critical Strike. Okay, and I'm expecting to take some AoE damage here, but it was probably worth it to get a little ahead of him. Nope, he did a normal attack on Malygos, actually, which is fine, because we had Frost Armor up. We had no evasion up, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and taunt. Critical Strike. Firebolt. And then let's replenish some party mana. And what are you going to do, Deathwing? Going for Nozdormu still. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. I get the feeling... Well, let's just put him to sleep at this point and then just do a round of normal attacks. Because that's going to skip his turn. So we can just do a good amount of damage to him. Malygos, well, how are we doing on mana? We're doing okay on mana. Let's go ahead and taunt again. Critical Strike. We got to Critical Strike as much as possible. Firebolt. And we don't have Frost Armor up anymore, so let's put Frost Shield back up. Normal attack on Nozdormu. And yeah, we're way ahead of him. So I'm going to do a round of normal attacks, Critical Strike. And let's just, yeah, let's standard attack him. If we take an AoE blast here, that's not going to be the biggest of deals. I shall be the king of Alterac. 400 on Nozdormu, not pretty. We can just negate most of that damage right here. We need to refill mana. We can put him to sleep for one turn, and then Firebolt him. Wonderful. So, it's our turn again. Should be our turn again. Do we want to taunt? I'm going to steal an item. A Scroll of Restoration. Oh, that's great. Pick that up, Ysera. We don't need that right now, but we're going to. Did I already use Ysera's turn? No, there we go. Pick that up. And Critical Strike. Firebolt. And let's put Frost Shield back up. I should have done Freeze Mind, actually. I'm expecting an AoE attack right now. Did I skip someone's turn, or is it his turn? No, we still have Nosdormu up. Attack. Deathwing, you're almost done, buddy. Do you like fire? I'm full of it. Oh, really? You're a dragon. Okay, so Malagos taking that to the face. Let's go ahead and Healing Light. Keep everyone topped off. You can also Scroll of Restoration to get our health back. Let's Critical Strike. Let's Taunt. And that's it. Okay, that's our turn. Freeze Mind. Yeah, Freeze Mind in case he does an AoE attack. Also, that 400 damage nuke that he does to a single target is not pretty. Okay, well, we had Frost Armor up. Nosdormu takes a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of damage. Let's go ahead and turn on Evasion. Critical Strike. Firebolts. And there we go. Final confrontation. Completed. She cannot hope to beat him. What are you talking about? We just smoked the shit out of him. Verisa, none of them can, because they're all lacking what this damned artifact took from them. That can't be. But then again, maybe it can. This. Deathwing created this from his very being, just as he created the demon soul through his magic. It may be able to do what nothing else could. Rhonin, no. Have you not been through enough? Will you continue to fight what you cannot defeat? Deathwing, I don't know why you're talking shit, man. We smoked the shit out of you. You have caused too much misery, too much horror, Deathwing. Not just to us, but to the mortal creatures of this world. What are they to me, or for that matter, even you? I will never understand that. No, you never will. I shall send you all into oblivion in bloody little pieces, fools. Ah, what are you doing? The bare beginnings of what I have the last 10,000 years dreamed of doing. Yes, can you feel it, Malagos? You won't be alone anymore. You will join the other blue dragons soon, so very soon. It's about time, Nosdormu, isn't it? This is the end of all dreams, Ysera. This is reality. Your nightmare has become reality. The demon soul. The demon soul has drained the last of our powers. The world will suffer. Wait, is this because I did the renegade path? I wonder if Rhonin is, like, purposely draining the rest of their powers. Oh, God, I think he did! My queen. She is dead. Dragon, you must stay. Help us defeat Deathwing. 'Tis no use, my oven lady. It won't listen. Best we leave too. The battle is over. There is nothing more we can do here. We should prepare for what is coming. But Rhonin, Falstad, what did I do? If I just hadn't brought him to Hasek, if I hadn't freed him from the orcs, maybe he would still be alive. The orcs would have killed him. You did your best. Let's go. Wow, this is dark. This is because I did all the optional quests as Renegade. Holy shit. That's not supposed to happen. That was not supposed to happen, keep in mind. What should have happened was Rhonin gives the power back to the dragons, and they rise and defeat Deathwing, and he scurries away. Oh, dear. Yeah, an hour 12 total plus the epilogue. I'm pretty glad that I actually did, split this. Now I'm going to show the alternate epilogue, which is going to be proper for our playthrough. It's not canonical, because, again, the canon of this, I assume, is that Rhonin provided the powers back to the dragons and lived. But let's go ahead and watch this, and then we'll watch the normal epilogue, too, so you can get an idea of what was supposed to happen. With Grimbatol's downfall and the loss of the dragons to the Horde's dying cause, celebrations arose among the people. When the news at last spread to the Alliance, celebrations arose among the people. Surely now the war would at last come to an end. Surely now peace was at hand. But they were wrong. Soon after Lord Prester was crowned King of Alterac, political squabbles began around what should have been done the reclaimed parts of Khaz Modan. Every race of the Alliance saw it as their own right to own these parts, every race with its own argument. It was the humans who suffered most during these two wars. The elves had lost most of their sacred artifacts, and of course the dwarves did not just want to give up without a fight. Yet before this cause could This case could be solved diplomatically. The nation of Lordaeron declared war on the elven kingdom of Quel'Thalas. Hundreds died during the first battle, one of them being Varisa Windrunner defending her home village. Holy shit. What have we done? Not like these. And while Lordaeron's King Tyrannus ordered his troops to the south, to the dwarves of Khaz Modan, the Council of Dalaran, the Kirin Tor discussed how this catastrophe could be averted. What happened to Master Crassus? Since his return from Grim Batol, he hasn't been the same. Crazy, one might say. What could have happened? We are alone in this. Crassus won't be of any help to us. He's been in psychiatric treatment for several months. The healers say he mutters something about a black death, the loss of his life, that everything is meaningless. Something's not right. A conspiracy, I say. King Presser has to do with it, I'm sure of it. That may be, but what can we do about it? With all the tumult going on, his steward is never going to grant us an audience with him. The risk of an assassination is too great. That would be his excuse, at least. His influence is already too strong. There must be something we have missed. It surprises me that he hasn't persuaded King Tyrannus yet to attack us. A feint, maybe? Whatever the reason, we should be careful. I suggest we shift our meeting place. I agree. Agreed. I agree. Then we all agree. Well, we will separate until the time is right to rise from our shadows. Use spheres to stay in contact. Indeed, King Tyrannus did not attack Dalaran. He concentrated all of his firepower on the dwarves. The destruction was immense, but it wouldn't stop there. Not more than 2 years passed since the Battle of Grim Batol was when the Black Beast Deathwing returned with an army of his own. His first victims were the mages of Dalaran, who were virtually overrun by his dragons. The remaining elven survivors of Quel'Thalas were next, and before the news of Deathwing's destructive blows reached the army of King Tyrannus, the former headquarters of the Alliance was attacked and all of its people killed. In a matter of weeks, the Black Army cleansed all land of mortal races. Holy shit! Well, I'm responsible for this. That was Deathwing's ultimate goal. Nobody could stop him. The demon soul was secured and hidden, and in his new kingdom, his servants hatched more soldiers so he could take over the entire world. Look at him. The Day of the Dragon was nowhere near over, and they would continue to leave their mark in the world, making sure that everyone would notice the purified realm. This is neat. I like alternate tellings of things. We can take solace in knowing that this isn't what actually happened. Cool, cool, cool. So here's our credits. I wonder if the credits will be different based on because, you know, now everything's burning because we did the alternate ending. So yeah, again, I've talked about this a billion times, but I don't really apologize for splitting there. I was advised not to, but it would have been like over an hour and a half, and frankly, you know, I need to make videos for every day this week, and spending almost 2 hours on one is not the best use of my time, so that's generally why I'll split videos that are over an hour. So these are the credits, and you know, I really like this campaign. I feel like I need to play it again off camera and do all of the good choices. Just one, because I want to know what the rewards are, and two, to cleanse my conscience, because we doomed the whole world. Everybody's dead except for Deathwing. So maybe the Burning Legion v Deathwing's Purified Realm would be quite interesting to see. But I don't know. It was pretty neat. Pretty neat. And you get a lot of background with the dragons and everything that happened, specifically that battle of Grim Batol where Alexstrasza was originally taken prisoner. And once we watch the other epilogue, we won't watch the credits. But I think we should watch the credits here and then do my retrospective on this campaign. I really liked how this was a mix. We had some, it was mostly micro, but we had some macro. There were point-and-click adventures, a dungeon crawl. That last mission, you know, was just like, the last mission was kind of just a straightforward macro type mission. So I like that a lot. And I like how OutsiderXE, he changes up how each mission goes. He varies the gameplay. And I think that's really important, because if you just do straight macro for everything, it can get a little dry. And Warcraft 3, the way that the system is set up, the way that the damage system works, and the way that the hero system works with inventories is you have so many options for how you can present players into different adventures, which is great. Oh, look, all these sheep. Interesting. Oh no, all of our heroes have been sunk by flying sheep. Yeah, I can only assume that the epilogue would be different for the Dragon Tranquility. Let's watch this. Let's see what it is. Let's see what it's supposed to be. This is what the canonical ending of the book was supposed to be. With Grimbatul's downfall and the loss of the dragons to the Horde's dying cause, the celebrations arose among the people. So the dragons still lost their powers. They became mortal, but it allowed Deathwing to be defeated, I believe is what was supposed to happen. When the news at last spread to the Alliance, celebrations arose among the people. Surely now the war would at last come to an end. Surely now peace was at hand. Each of the major kingdoms insisted on hearing the words of the wizard and elf for themselves. Word came down from the Iris of verification from one of the Griffin Riders, the celebrated hero Falstad. While Rhonin and Verisa continued their tour of the various kingdoms and grew closer in the process, he who had worn the guise of the wizard Crassus had made a report of his own. You could have brought down everything we'd worked for. Everything. I understand that now, if you like. I will resign from the council, even accept penance or ouster, if that is what you wish. There were those who mentioned more than ouster, much more than ouster. But we've all discussed that and decided that young Rhonin's success has brought Dalaran nothing but goodwill, even from those of our allies who briefly protested their lack of knowledge of his improbable mission. The elves especially are pleased, as one of their own was also involved. There seems no reason to continue with this subject. Consider yourself officially censured, Crassus, but congratulated by me personally. Drendon. We're alone. I can say what I will. Now then, if no one else has any other comment, I'd like to bring up the subject of one Lord Prester, supposed monarch elected of Alterac, who seems to have vanished off the face of the world. The chateau is empty. His servants fled. The spells surrounding the places have dissipated too, and there's signs that there were goblins working for this rogue mage. It is much a puzzle to me as it is to you. Perhaps he realized that eventually our combined might would bring him down. That would be likely my guess. Certainly nothing else would explain why he would have given up so much. His influence already wanes, for surely you have all heard how Gen Greymane has reinstated his protest against Prester's taking Ascension, and even Lord Admiral Proudmoore has joined him on this. King Tyrannus even announced that a second check into the so-called noble's background left so many questions unanswered. You were looking into his background. It may be that some of that information slipped into His Majesty, yes. Rhonin's quest has brought us into the good graces of Tyrannus and the others, and we'll make the best use of that turn. By the end of fortnight, Lord Prester will be an anathema to the entire Alliance. Best to take a much more subtle approach. Best to take a more subtle touch. I can't read. Perhaps you're right. Unanimous, then. How wonderful. Well, if there's nothing more... Actually, there is. What is it? Although you have granted me pardon for my questionable actions, I must tell you now that I must take my leave from the council activities for a time. How long? I cannot say. She and I have been apart so long, it will take quite some time to regain what we once had. You have a wife, is she? Yes, forgive me if I never recalled to tell you. As I said, we were apart for quite some time, but now she returned to me. Then, by all means, we shall not stand in your way. You certainly have the right to do this. My thanks. I hope, of course, to keep abreast of all news of import, I promise you. Despite Lord Prester's disappearance, potentially devastating squabbles remain between the various kingdoms. Alterac again one of the most foremost topics. His duties for Dalaran demanded Coriolstra's maintain watch. And for his queen, for his ancient kind, he and others would also watch and influence if necessary. Alexstrasza believed in those young races, more so after what Rhonin and the others had done, and because of that, Coriolstra's contended to do what he had to do in order to steal her belief. He owed that to both her and those who aided him in his quest. No one had sighted Deathwing since the Black Beast's desperate escape. With the others constantly on watch for him now, it seemed unlikely that he would cause much terror for some time to come, if ever. Yet because of him, the others had taken a renewed interest in life and the future. The Day of the Dragon had passed, true, but that did not mean at all that they would not continue to leave their mark in the world, even if no one else ever suspected it. Yeah, and look, everything's not on fire. Interesting. All right, well, hey, I think it's time to go ahead and end this. We've watched the credits, except this time I assume the boat will safely sail away instead of being destroyed by a bunch of rabid sheep. I really enjoyed this campaign. We've done a bit of a retrospective during the credits already, so I hope you enjoyed it as well. These campaigns are really, really fun by OutsiderXE, Lord of the Clans, Day of the Dragon, and I do plan on playing The Last Guardian, but I will probably go ahead and swap back to Turnrow's campaign, Resurrection of the Scourge, to kind of round out that trilogy, and then I'll come back and do The Last Guardian, and I'm really looking forward to it. A lot of it is point and click. I think maybe all of it is point and click, and I like that a lot because I think it was Goblin Island. Really one of my favorite maps I think I've ever played in Warcraft 3. It's just really, really fun, so I look forward to it, and I hope to see you then. Bye now.